Dozens of Pakistani soldiers were killed in a fierce battle against the Afghan Taliban on October 11, 2025. The confrontation erupted along the border between the two nations, instantly triggering high-level tension across South Asia. Both sides claimed victory, while the world watched with concern, fearing this could ignite a new regional war between Islamabad and Kabul. Taliban spokesman Zabiullah Mujahid announced that 58 Pakistani soldiers had been killed and 30 others wounded in a cross-border assault. He claimed Taliban forces seized 3 Pakistani border posts, capturing large quantities of weapons and ammunition. According to Mujahid, this operation was a retaliation for earlier Pakistani attacks near Spin Boldak. Pakistan denied the claim, calling it exaggerated propaganda. The Pakistani military stated that only 23 of its soldiers were killed and that their forces had recaptured 19 Taliban positions inside Afghanistan. Islamabad spokesperson declared the army had neutralized the threat and eliminated dozens of militants who attempted to cross illegally. Conflicting narratives flooded international media. With no independent verification, global audiences were left confused. But one fact was undeniable: relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan are collapsing fast, and the border has turned into a flashpoint that could reignite war in South Asia. War has begun. Inside Pakistan, the military is under intense domestic pressure. National media condemned the border clash as a humiliation for one of Asia's strongest armies. Opposition leaders accused the government of failing to secure the frontier. Retired generals warned that this was not an incident. It was the first spark of a real war. Meanwhile, in Kabul, the narrative flipped. The Taliban government accused Pakistan of violating Afghanistan's sovereignty. Zabiullah Mujahid declared, "We are no longer shadow fighters. We are a legitimate government, and every bullet will be answered with a bullet." The statement went viral, hailed by Taliban supporters as proof of Afghanistan's new defiance against foreign powers. But beyond the rhetoric, the world began to panic. The Pakistan-Afghanistan border spans 2,600 kilometers, a route notorious for smuggling, militancy, and endless tension. Analysts warned that if both sides refused to step back, this local clash could spiral into a regional war, one that might draw in Iran, India, and even Russia. On the ground, gunfire continues. Pakistan deployed reinforcements to Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, while the Taliban mobilized fighters from Kandahar and Helmand. What started as a border dispute has now become an open battlefield. Who struck first? The burning question: who fired first? Pakistan insists Taliban forces opened fire on a patrol near Chuman, killing several soldiers and provoking retaliation. Afghan sources, however, claim Pakistani troops violated the border and attacked a Taliban outpost without warning, killing 9. With journalists banned from the combat zone, truth has become a weapon. Amateur videos show explosions lighting up the desert sky and Taliban fighters raising their flag over captured posts. Pakistani media countered with drone footage showing their army storming Taliban trenches and destroying convoys. The world is watching 2 wars, one on the ground, one on the internet. Experts warn this information war is as dangerous as the bullets themselves. The Taliban wants to project power as a sovereign state, while Pakistan is desperate to defend its military reputation. Yet, amid the propaganda, it's civilians who pay the price. Families flee burned villages, homes are reduced to rubble, and the borderlands echo with grief. This is no longer about territory, it's about pride, legitimacy, and revenge. When both sides talk with bullets, truth becomes the first casualty. No one backing down. The world is alarmed. The United Nations urged restraint, but neither side listened. Islamabad vowed to defend its borders from cross-border terrorism, while the Taliban declared they would not surrender a single inch of Afghan soil. Both nations are standing firm, and peace is nowhere in sight. The UN Security Council held an emergency session. No resolution reached. The United States blamed the Taliban, urging Pakistan to maintain stability. Russia and Iran accused Washington of escalating the situation, while China quietly reinforced its northern security corridors. Each power has its own stake, and Spin Boldak has become the new front line of global geopolitics. Pakistan escalated military operations, deploying helicopters and heavy artillery along the Durand Line. Taliban units countered with captured weapons, including Pakistani mortars and armored vehicles. Smoke, fire, and defiance filled the mountains. Meanwhile, civilians are trapped in misery. Families flee to makeshift camps, children wounded, homes destroyed. Humanitarian agencies warn of a growing crisis, but for both Islamabad and Kabul, this war has become a matter of pride, not humanity. A new war in South Asia. The border remains on fire. Gunfire continues every night as both sides trade accusations and airstrikes. The Taliban vows to hold every position captured from Pakistan, while Islamabad launches a full-scale military operation along the frontier. The world watches, fearing a new war that could destabilize all of South Asia. Analysts say this is not just a border war, it's a clash of ideologies. The Taliban feels betrayed by Pakistan, its former ally during the Afghan war. Pakistan, in turn, accuses the Taliban of treachery and harboring militants. Two former partners are now pointing guns at each other. Reports claim Taliban forces now possess Pakistani-made armored vehicles and anti-tank missiles captured in the battle. In response, Pakistani fighter jets bombed Taliban-held positions across the border. Videos of the explosions went viral, lighting up the night sky and social media. But behind the smoke and the flags, there are no real winners. Every explosion is paid for in blood, and every claim of victory hides another tragedy. The Pakistan-Afghanistan border has become the world's newest flashpoint, and the question remains, will this fire burn out or ignite a new chapter of war in South Asia?